It was a top 5 meeting in men's college water polo. Who did it better on the baseball diamond, Adam Krikorian or Courtney Mathewson? Plus a rematch of two of the best in boys high school water polo, next on the Counterattack. Hi everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on the Counterattack. We start things off first in the world of men's college water polo and a top 5 meeting on the farm in Northern California as number 5 Stanford hosted number 2 USC in a match televised live on the Pac-12 network. It was a win for the men of Troy, 8-4, and that victory marked number 500 in the men's water polo coaching career of legendary head coach Jovan Vavic. He already had 500 wins in women's college water polo. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, and then afterwards, we caught up with Blake Edwards.
Yes, it was SC that came out firing in that first quarter. They go up 3-0 thanks to goals like that from Grant Stein. But we did have a little back and forth action. The second quarter really belonged to Stanford, but it's tough if you're the home team when the visitors come in and look so strong right out of the gate.
Blake Edwards with a couple of goals as he leads the Trojans to an 8-4 victory. USC improves to 6-0. Stanford falls to 5-1.
There was no talk about it from him actually before the game. It's a fantastic achievement, and all the guys are really proud of him. You know, we're so lucky to have a coach that's so professional and really gives everything he can into every single one of us. So we're so thankful to have the opportunity. For me personally, he gave me the opportunity to come over here, and I'll be grateful for the rest of my life for that.
And now let's take a look around the men's college water polo scoreboard. A close one between UCLA and Long Beach State, but the defending champs able to hold off the 49ers 8-6. It went to OT between San Jose State and Cal Baptist, 12-10 the win for San Jose State. Brown 16-8 over Navy, and a close one, UC Santa Barbara versus UC San Diego. The Gauchos take it 11-9. No college water polo on TV this weekend, but many of the best teams are headed to Berkeley for the Mountain Pacific Invitational. Cal will play host. Bit of a wrinkle in the men's college water polo schedule this year. They've done away with the usual SoCal Invitational, so this event at Berkeley represents one of the best tournaments in the non-conference schedule. While we're talking men's college water polo, big happenings at Stanford on Saturday outside of the pool. The legendary Cardinal and one of the best to ever play the game, Tony Azevedo, inducted into the Stanford Hall of Fame. What a career Azevedo had at Stanford. Think about this resume. 2 NCAA championships and 4 Catino Award wins. Picture someone in college football winning the Heisman Trophy 4 straight years. Not going to happen. Not sure we'll ever see it again in men's college water polo. Azevedo recognized this past Friday evening, and then Saturday got the chance to take in the USC-Stanford men's water polo game before the Stanford-USC football game, where Azevedo spoke to the football squad and got to serve as the honorary captain for the Cardinal, who were winners over USC. And one last note in the college water polo scene in the women's game. Cal State Monterey Bay has a new head coach, longtime Cal club coach Emily Schmidt taking over for Gary Figueroa, who recently departed. Speaking of Cal, on the women's side, they are still looking for a replacement for longtime head coach Rich Corso. He stepped down. He's now joined the Pride Water Polo Club in Southern California. Speaking of SoCal, we turn to high school water polo and a rematch of last year's CIF Southern Section Division I boys final. That's considered by many to be the best high school water polo in the country. It was Harvard-Westlake and Mater Dei meeting. Keep in mind, last year it was Mater Dei defeating Harvard-Westlake. That ended Harvard-Westlake's run at a potential three-peat. Well, they got some revenge this time around as Harvard-Westlake was able to defeat Mater Dei 15-8. 4 different players scoring 3 goals each for Harvard-Westlake as they get the victory. Keep in mind, these two teams very well could meet again in the CIF Championship come this November. Well, for the last few weeks, we've told you about all the recognition the women's Olympic team is getting after winning gold in Rio, and with this past Monday marking 1 month to the day of their big win in Brazil, we can tell you the recognition, it's not slowing down. Team USA was honored once again. It seems that all the California sports teams have gotten together and they want a piece of that gold medal. They want to recognize Team USA. This time it was up to Northern California and the San Francisco 49ers, where athletes like Maggie Steffens and KK Clark had the chance to blow the foghorn to get the 49ers started in one of their recent home games. And then from there, it was over to the baseball diamond, and the San Francisco Giants, where longtime fan Adam Krikorian got a chance to throw out the first pitch. Take a look at Adam's first pitch here.
Oh!
Well, Coach Krikorian there with a bit of a bounce, a skip shot, if you will, in the world of water polo. In baseball, they might call it a 59-foot strike. We can only imagine if there was someone batting, he would have got him swinging. Social media is a great place for this sort of thing because Courtney Mathewson, who's played for Krikorian for many years, chimed in quickly with a burn. Keep in mind, she threw the first pitch of the Angels game a few weeks earlier. Courtney didn't bounce her pitch, but did offer Coach K some lessons if he might need them going forward. And then we go to Huntington Beach this past weekend, where the home of USA Water Polo, Surf City, recognized 3 USA Water Polo athletes, including Courtney Mathewson, Melissa Seidemann, and Sammy Hill, right on the iconic Huntington Beach Pier. A great day had by all as athletes were able to get a look at those gold medals from Rio, take photos, and our athletes came away with some pretty cool miniature surfboards fitting in Huntington Beach. You get a surfboard as an award. Since we're looking back at the summer, it would only make sense that we look back at the 2016 Junior Olympics. Over the last several weeks, we've been showing you profiles of different JO clubs. They're all available at USA Water Polo's YouTube page, youtube.com/USAWP. Our latest feature on the Redlands Renegades.
The JO tournament, it's always super exciting to be here. Like, such an honor to be here and stuff. It's been exciting to come out to Stanford. This is my first time being in Stanford, being able to hang out with all my team and stuff. Everybody's super competitive here. All the best teams are show up. It's just, gonna get a team better.
Well, what we're trying to do in our area is such a small area. We come from Redlands. It's a really small square mile that we draw from, all our athletes. We're just trying to promote the sport of water polo. And it's very hard out in our area to do it. But we went from like 40 members 2 years ago. We have 95 now. And we had 2 teams 2 years ago up here, and now we have 5. So just trying to get awareness for the sport and promote it.
There are a lot of high schools in Redlands that play water polo, but there's not a lot of clubs. Like, we're the main club, Redlands Renegades, and yeah, I love it here. It's great. We have so many friends. We all know each other. We always bond, and so yeah, it's not too big, but we still represent.
In Redlands we're able to offer more workouts per week. So we train 4 to 5 days a week. We have a staff, of 6 coaches that coaches 4 to 5 days a week, and basically we feel that with all the training and hard work, more practice pays off. And that's what we're trying to do, is develop the kids. So give them as much time in the water as possible.
It was a great experience, It's like most of our team's first time in JOs, and it's just really fun, and it's a great experience for all of us to have, because we may not have it again. And even through all the wins and losses, no matter where we finish, it's going to be great.
It's so cool because I've never actually been here, and it seems like every time I've been to JOs, it's always been fun, and I get to be here with my team, which when traveling, I actually don't get to spend a lot of time with them, and here I can spend a lot of time with them. Unfortunately, I can't play because I got a cast, but it was fun to be here also. It was just fun to be here.
I just hope they get a good experience, enjoy the actual overall experience of Junior Olympics. Like I said, USA Water Polo, we're privileged to be here. I just hope that they take this with memories.
I think throughout the season so far, we've known that we're a team, but we haven't really experienced it in a big tournament like this. So it's going to be really good for us to work together, and that's how we're going to get better.
I just think that if our kids start getting exposure at a young age and start earlier, I believe that'll improve the water polo out in our area. Our kids start a little later, like 13 and 14, as opposed to 8 or 9. So if we can get those kids to start a little earlier, I believe that the play will definitely, pick up.
Water polo is growing in Redlands a lot lately because of our high school, Redlands East Valley. They recently won Division 5 CIF, so we're getting a lot of attention there. And yeah, so a lot more people are joining water polo, and we're getting a lot more attention on our club too. We need to get more kids, we need to have more coaches, more staffing, we just need to get better. We just need to, all of us need to show up to practice, and we got to keep going.
And now from the pool to the golf course, 2 big USA Water Polo golf tournaments coming up in October and November. A great chance for you, the water polo fan, and hopefully the golfer, to support USA Water Polo on the golf course. First up, October 7th in Mission Viejo, we head back to the Arroyo Trabuco Golf Club for our annual Southern California Golf Tournament. And then from there, we head to Northern California and the Orinda Country Club on November 14th in Orinda, California. Registration for both of these tournaments open now at usawaterpolo.org. And if golfing isn't your thing, still visit the website because there's other ways that you can help out with donations, volunteer opportunities, so on and so forth. We hope you can join us on the course on either of those days or both of those days coming up this fall. And then one final reminder, this Saturday, the memorial service for former Olympic team head coach Monty Nitkowski. It'll be at the Long Beach City College Gym at 1 p.m. More information at usawaterpolo.org. And now let's close out the show as we do every week with our social media send-off. It's the best of what we've discovered water polo-wise on the internet. As always, we encourage you to get involved. You can help. Use the hashtag counterattack and tag us at USAWP on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We'll use the best of what we find. We'll share it right here on the show. And we start things off with this past Monday, the anniversary, 1 month from winning gold in Rio. Of course, athletes from Team USA are excited. Sammy Hill with this Twitter status. If you're excited, raise your hand. Our hands are raised, Sammy. We are still fired up about a gold medal. From there to KK Clark and her Instagram account, focusing on the family. Thrilled she was able to share that Olympic gold medal with her family. Has to be a cool moment to win gold and know that your family members are right there in the stands. Then we go to the splash ball pool. Jeremy Mouse here with a great, perhaps our first splash ball goal gift file. We love it. We love to see more of this. Always good to see the youngsters, the next generation, playing some water polo. We mentioned Tony Azevedo at Stanford getting inducted. Got the chance to address the Stanford football team the morning of their big game against USC. Had to be a pretty cool moment there for the water polo star. Ashley Johnson on hand in New York City to support the Bonacotti Fund to help cure paralysis. Great to see her lending her name to a great cause. And last but not least, my broadcast partner, Kevin Dana, he watches the show. He's all about looking weak side. And that is the best of what we saw this week on social media. Don't forget to contribute next week right here to our social media send-off. That'll do it for this week's episode of The Counterattack. Thanks for watching. And when you're on The Counterattack, make sure and look weak side.